Hello children, this is Dr. Lai again. Today, we are going to recap what you have learned about adaptation yesterday. Do you still remember what is adaptation? Adaptation is a special characteristic of an organism which allows it to survive in the habitat. Now, let's take a look at this polar bear. The polar bear has fur, and the fur helps to keep the polar bear warm in the cold weather. We have also learned about two types of adaptation yesterday. Do you still remember them? Structural adaptation is a physical feature that an organism has which allows it to survive in the habitat. So, for structural adaptation, we always ask ourselves this question. What does the organism have that helps it to survive? Let's look at this example again. The polar bear has fur. This is a structural adaptation. Other than structural adaptation, we also have behavioral adaptation. This adaptation is a special way that an organism behaves which helps it to survive in the habitat. For behavioral adaptation, we have to ask ourselves this. What does the organism do that helps it to survive? Now, let's take a look at this example. The penguins are huddling together so as to keep themselves warm in the cold weather. This is an example of behavioral adaptation. How do we differentiate between structural adaptation and behavioral adaptation? Structural adaptation is something that the organism has. On the other hand, behavioral adaptation is something that the organism does. Why is there a need for adaptation? It is not enough just to say that adaptation is needed for survival. We need to elaborate more and explain how adaptation helps the organism to survive. Adaptation helps the organism to get air, water and food, and cope with physical conditions such as extreme temperature and light. Adaptation can also help the organism to reproduce and protect it from the predators. What are we learning about adaptations today? We are going to focus on adaptation which help the predators and the plant eater to get food. We are also looking at adaptations which help prey to protect themselves from the predators. Now, you can proceed to watch another video that tells you about all these adaptations.